time. Just looked at my wrist. I got time today. Renters beware of Turo. Now, I wanted to send them an email, like a personal email, personally. But these big companies, they don't care. They only care about the bottom line. But beware. So, not too long ago, I'm in New York, and that was that time I rented the Lincoln Navigator. Beautiful car, beautiful truck. I fell in love with that truck. I'm gonna tell you the story of what happened to me. so, so we rent. My bad. Gotta go on Do Not Disturb. Y'all know me. That's my signature by now. So I'm gonna be in New York for about a day and a half. I'm looking for a rental. I don't want to. I feel a certain way about being in transit. Call me bougie, but it is what it is. The way I see it, I'd rather rent a car, pay a lot more than what transportation will cost me, and know that I'm safe within my vicinity. I'm free of most germs. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. So call me bougie, but yeah, I'm renting a car all the way. I rent a car. I look on Turo. Start looking on Turo. It's last minute, so I'm not expecting to get nothing crazy. But this is a message to Turo. You guys should really stand out and stick to like official rental cars. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop. They wanted $150 for a day for a Audi A3, the basic joint. It wasn't even an RS. $150 with insurance and everything included. They wanted $150 for a day for Audi A3. It wasn't even. It was like the sport. I'm like, no, we're not doing that. There's got to be another way, And I've given a lot of money to Turo. Most of them cars you see on my channel is rented from Turo. The C8, the Tesla, the Mach E, a lot of cars. Not the Porsche. Let me see. One of the Porsches, the 911 was as well. So I've definitely contributed to Turo. But if I'm gonna pay that kind of money, I want that kind of caliber car. Like, I want to be able to go into Turo and last minute. I understand last minute, right? But come on, basic stuff, and for that price, like we've gotten so complacent with our phones that we don't even look. What's up, L? We don't even look. We don't even find alternatives to other stuff that we do. For instance, so I look on Turo, they got that basic BS Audi. We're not doing that. I'm all for helping somebody out, but come on, that's a beat down car. Probably 2012 Audi A3. 2012, I didn't even mention a year. 2012 Audi A3 for $150 a day. You wilding out. So you telling me that for 2 days, you're gonna charge me $300 for a hoopty? You wilding. Turo, you wilding. I hope y'all get this message. But y'all really need to switch up your whole business, whatever you call that. Whatever, however you move, you need to change all that. Stop taking, shit. Unless it's like a minivan, one of those, what you call those, like a cargo van, something that you could, a U-Haul, let's say, and for that we could go to U-Haul, and that's how I'm here to, tell my fans that, make sure you go to Avis. Turo, that's how they promote their stuff. Oh, regular boring cars. Yo, bro, you MFers got hoopties in your lineup. I don't want that. You know what I mean? I definitely don't want that. So, I need a car last minute. I go to Turo. I look, $150. This is one of the cheapest cars. They had other stuff, but I was like, let's settle for the Audi. The hell with it. Then I was like, hell nah, I am not going to give it to these guys like that. I went on Avis, and I looked. Sure enough, guess what? They had a brand new Malibu. Like, it was like a late model Malibu. They had a late model Toyota Camry for $50 a day. Now, some of y'all probably thinking, well, what about insurance and stuff? We've forgotten that when you use a major credit card like Visa, MasterCard, those credit cards, they take care of your insurance. And also for like $10 more, it's very cheap. For like $10 more, depending, you can get that option on your insurance, and you don't have to ever worry about insurance whenever you drive a certain car. Now, if insurance realizes that you're constantly renting cars, your insurance might go up because of the certain calibers of cars you might be driving and how many times you're also renting cars, which is fair. It's like, yo, bro, you keep jumping into Maseratis and McLarens, we gonna have to start charging you a little more because it's only a matter of time before something might could happen, So I would get why they would do that, but 150, going back to Turo, come on, you guys, $150 for a fucking hoopty is beyond wow to me, So I go to Avis, shout out to Avis. I go to Avis, and there's a budget. I didn't know Avis and Budget, they the parent company owns them, or they synchronize, whatever. But if Avis didn't have anything, Budget has something. So I took an Uber to the Avis, got my rental, $50. They was offering $50 for any caliber that type of car, Camry, Honda Accord, stuff like that. I was like, I looked at the lot. They had a whole bunch of cars. I was like, yo, what's up with that Navigator right there? How much you want for that a day? They said, oh, that's gonna cost you. I was like, how much? They said $150. I said, bet, give it to me. $150. I didn't have to get insurance because I was paying with that major credit card. Boom, got the Navi. Yes, the Navi was basic. But the only thing I felt like it didn't have, y'all could go watch that review if y'all haven't seen it already. It's a beautiful truck. It had all the options. And that's another thing. A lot of these cars from Turo are probably so old they don't even have USB. So they can't even what I'm used to, I might not be able to sync with that car. Like nowadays, I'm spoiled. When it comes to cars, I need a USB. Whenever I'm riding around in one of my hoopties, I'm uncomfortable. And the only reason why I haven't put a radio in there or some type of USB port is because the hoopties that I do got, I'm selling. But yeah, they wildin'. You know what I'm saying? Always check Avis. Yes, you're gonna get a more subtle, maybe boring car, but at least it's gonna have your amenities that you need. You know what I mean? You're gonna need USB, Bluetooth, stuff like that. A lot of these cars that I've noticed, they might not have that. You know what I mean? Those last minute cars. And to me, I can't believe. I understand we hungry, but yo, I'm not about to put up a car for rent that's already paid for. Unless it's like my third, but my secondary car, nah. So that's something that I hope these people that put up their cars on Turo consider. And I bought the Escalade for that, to put it on Turo. And I never followed through because I just kept thinking how nasty people could be. I'm renting a car, I'm expecting it to get it back the same way. That's me. But people fart in chairs. Y'all already know you got those people that fart in chairs. You got those people that pick their nose and pluck the boogers in the car. You know what I'm saying? So I started thinking about all of that stuff. I'm like, nah, I'm not putting my Escalade through that. This is much of a, I don't need money that bad. And the one good thing about them is they take notice into shady stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like when they see that a customer does something shady, because I remember I put my ZL1. I had my ZL1 up there. And I guess some guy that had rented from the prior did something shady, and they called me last minute. I didn't like that part though. They violated me on that. Turo violated me on that one. Me and this guy, we had already spoken, and the car was set for pickup at 10 o'clock at night. He booked it for the morning, but he called me like an hour before. He said, yo, what's up? Can I rent this car right now? I'll pay whatever I gotta pay. I'm like, all right, cool. Sure enough, he's on his way. A half hour before, I gave him, he knew my address. We exchanged information. He's on his way, and then Turo calls me and tells me, oh, don't rent it to him. I'm like, Why are you guys telling me this like right now? Like he's on his way. You want me to have this confrontation with this person right now? Yo, that shit pissed me off. You know what I'm saying? So I said, never again am I gonna put up one of my cars on Turo. I don't want to deal with that type of stuff. So that was like a big hell no. I'm like, nah, we're not doing that. You know, that was definitely a super red flag. And mind you, the customer calls me. He says, yo, I'm on my way. I'm like, well, you can't rent this car. We start having like he kind of getting aggressive to me. I'm like, yo, you got something going on with these people. You know, and Turo told me, they was like, yo, there's something shady going on with him. I said, you got something going on with these people. They was like, yo, I'm like, yo, what am I supposed to tell them? Turo's just, well, just tell them that you can't because of whatever. Don't tell them why. I'm like, you don't want me to tell somebody that's being shady should handle this, not me. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, that was just a big red flag. And like I said, me and him, we going back and forth. He's pissed off. I'm like, yo, bro, if they said no and I'm not going to get paid for it, don't come here because I'm not giving you the car. I had to tell him straight up. You know what I'm saying? Oh, all right. You know, like when I let him, you know, I was speaking to him professionally and I had to get ghetto on him. I said, yo, bro, you come in here to waste your time. Don't come here. I told him just like that. And that's when he stepped off. But, these companies, I'm going to start violating these companies. The Ubers, the Turos, the DoorDash. I've used DoorDash one time. But these companies, they just, you know what I'm saying? I get that. I get that a lot. And, we can't keep giving it to them like that. You know, they be acting like they the last Coca-Cola in the desert. You know what I'm saying? And that's why with these phones, I was on TikTok earlier, and I seen Aiden said something that stuck with me. Aiden Ross. I like those. I like these. Some of the new generation. There's a lot of y'all out there that's corny, but there's a lot of y'all that I'm inspired by. You know, they be talking facts. He was holding up an iPhone. He was like, yo, this right here is worth a lot of money. And I agree with that 100. There's no reason why we should be settling or getting beat in the head right now. You know what I mean? So anytime you're going to rent a car, you need a car, make sure you look at them rentals. The only way I'll go to Turo, and I'm not going to say I'm not going to use them again, because they got some fire cars, but the only way I'm using them is if I want to review a certain car that I desire to drive. Other than that, they're not going to see my money. All of us don't want to flex. Some of us out on business, we don't give a shit about what car we driving. We just want to get from point A to point B. So stop at 5. You know what I'm saying? Nah, we y'all can't be doing that to people. Anybody who got a hoopty should reconsider throwing up their car. Having said that, I rented the Lincoln Navigator from Avis, and I'm happy as hell. I'm flexing it. You know what I mean? I did the review. Super fire. Got fire amenities. It's comfortable as hell. I pull up on a couple people of mine, and I'm showing them around this, that, and the third. I even risked my parking in Manhattan to show my homie how it drive. And luckily, I found that parking again. Sure enough, I had to be to work at 4 o'clock in the morning the next day. I fell asleep at 1, so I was running on 3 hours of sleep, and then I woke up late. It was 6 o'clock. I was super shook because I told these people that I was going to move my truck at 4 o'clock in the morning. I would be there. I swore to them. I praised them. I even wanted to kiss everybody in there, in the cheek. Just for how thankful I was to let me park in their location. But they was like, yo, you got to get it out of here at 4 o'clock in the morning. So, put on my bag, put on my stuff. I rush out. I just had brushed my teeth. I didn't even get a chance to shower because I wanted to get my truck. I wanted to make sure they tow it. Y'all know what a tow bill to a semi costs. You looking at an easy band. This is in Georgia. Never mind New York. I don't want to know. So boom, I jump in the truck. I jump out the house. Run to the Navi. The Navigator broke down. It doesn't turn on. Yo, I was so pissed. I'm like, you know what? Let me not even get mad. Stuff is gonna happen the way it happens. Let me just call them and let them know what's going on. Avis, they was on it. They kept calling me, making sure I was all right. They wanted to make sure that that the SUV was parked in a decent spot, you know, where nobody would do anything to it, etc. Cool. And they was like, so what you want to do? You know, we'll give you a voucher for Uber. You could come to the nearest rental and get yourself another car. You know, free of charge, of course. You know, so they gave me a free voucher, and I'm sure Turo probably does the same thing. If the car breaks down, they give you a voucher to get to wherever you need to go to, and they'll try to find you another car. So yeah, Avis did that. It was crazy too. They gave me a voucher, and I'm just looking. I see, you know, you pull up the phone, you pull up the app Uber, and you see that everything is crossed out when you get a voucher. That means you could choose whatever vehicle you want. I'm mad I didn't chose Uber SUV. That's what I wanted to get. I wound up going with the Uber Black. I'm like, you know, let me not violate. I don't need nothing big, but I should have. Went and got the Uber Black, a fresh. They gave me a 5, you know, it was a 5-star rating type of dude, Asian cat, real cool. He had a brand new Tesla. It was black on black. I felt official. He had the, you know, I love the Teslas with the whole panorama roof. But yeah, Avis took care of me. You understand? So Avis still, you know, Avis and those car rental, as corny as those cars may seem, but like I said, not all of us want to flex. A lot of us just want to get to where we want to get to. And yeah, they took care of me. You know, they rent cars. They traditionally, they do business traditionally. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're gonna take care of you as they see fit. You know, which is cool to me. You know, I've never been in a situation with Turo where a car breaks down on me, so I don't even know what that might look like. You know what I mean? But like I said, they're, you know, billion-dollar company, whatever. So they're definitely gonna take care of you. But you know, that's the message for today. Make sure y'all do your due diligence. Don't, you know, Turo ain't the only rental car company out there. Yes, you might get a boring car with Avis or Budget, one of those, but like I said, not all of us are looking to stunt. You know, a lot of us, depending on where we're going, like if I go to Chicago, so much things you hear about Chicago, I'm sure a lot of it is not accurate depending on where you go, but same goes for New York, Cali, whatever. There are sketchy areas, so you don't want to, you know, look at the area. If you see nothing but F-150s, you know to kind of stay within that level, right? You don't want to go high. You know, you better off going lower. You know what I'm saying? So you want to kind of blend in with the community. Miami is a different story. A Lambo is like a Camry out there. But yeah, you know, they try to get me. You know, and I'm letting y'all know now. Remember that. Your major credit card holders, your insurance might cover a rental. You know, if you guys constantly are jumping from town to town, state to state, I definitely might recommend doing that. You know, just to be safe, just to, you know, feel secure. I don't know what type of credit cards y'all got, but Visa and MasterCard, they cover you. You could find that in the fine print, or you could call them up and ask, hey, do you guys cover rental cars? If I use the card, they'll tell you yes. Most likely, it's rare. I think. Don't quote me on this, but Credit One, they're like that starter company for people looking to build their credit. They might tell you, no, we don't cover that. But I got a Capital One, and they cover a lot. You know, look at them perks. Start looking at them perks. Currently, Capital One is the one that gives me the most points on anything I use. Just putting that out there. But they got a lot of perks. Start reading, man. There's nothing wrong with reading. Educating yourself on what you own. You know, that credit card is yours, so you definitely want to know about your perks. You know, they're looking for you to, you know, max that out. You know, the more you max it out, the better it is for them. On that note, I hope this was informative. I'm gonna try to keep on dropping videos like this, you know, to keep y'all informed. I don't want y'all getting beat in the head. I don't want y'all doing the same mistakes I did. But, you know, question everything. I'm questioning everything. You know what I mean? It's not that I'm stubborn or nothing like that, but people are quick to get you into a jam. You know what I'm saying? Till you in it. Next thing you know, something happens, and it's like, you know, a 2012 Audi A3. Can y'all believe that? I wish you could see some of these cars before you rent them, because I was curious to know what the mileage on that was. It's baffling to me. Don't shop at one place. Always shop from one place to the next. That's definitely what I recommend. That goes with anything. You know what I mean? This will be another video, but just to lick a shot at a DoorDash. I'm to a point where if a if I gotta go through DoorDash to eat somewhere, I'm not eating there. It's crazy. So I'm paying double for Arby's. You wildin'. You super wildin'. Car language. Stay tuned. More content coming soon. Hope this was informative. One love, y'all.